Coach, you're going to open up with a statement?
No, I'm just glad to get, the team last year we had them in the same place, up 12, 14 points, never get back into it, but all the guys fought harder, made some mental errors down the stretch, but they set it for a 20-50 win, so glad to have 3-0.
Coach, you started off the last two seasons haven't been what you expected or wanted, but you started 3-0 this year. What's been the difference?
Difference, we got some different type players, players that, this game called for, guys who put the ball on the floor, pick and rolls, guys who, versatile like Greene in and out. Steven got back for the third year, and we just had the mindset that, hey, this is our year, and we're going to come out and show people. And so we 3-0, we're doing a good job so far.
Tasha from Quick Off the Blocks. So obviously both of you teams coming in undefeated today. You both had targets on your back, and of course, Three-Headed Monsters made a surge at the end to try to come from behind with a victory. But what did you guys do differently today to make sure that you didn't get the blemish on your record?
What we did different? Well, we almost gave the game away. But the guys said, hey, we want to go undefeated, and to do that, we had to get a win today. And the game, it was a hard-fought game, and both teams, like I said, undefeated, and like I said, we beat them, so we 3-0, they 2-1.
Steven, home team of the Sports X side, what was it like keeping your composure the last few minutes when we come back? You guys are ready to this now.
That's the biggest thing Oak is working with me, is just staying in the game and keeping my composure. I know, everybody else know, when I'm locked into the game, I'm 10 times better. When I pay attention to stuff I can't control, that's when my game starts to fall by the wayside. But the biggest thing about this year is I'm focusing on that, and we have a full team. A lot of men, Oak's frustration from the last 2 years were coming into it that we never had a full team. Chauncey didn't play the first 2 years, so we got young guys that's hungry, that want to play the game, and I'm playing for them. I'm playing for Oak, I'm playing for other teammates, so it's mandatory that I control my emotions, and I'm focused on doing that.
Hey fellas, Siobhan from Chicks Into Sports. Frank, Nitty, coming in and playing with the big three with veterans, how has that challenged your game?
It's challenged my game a lot, man. I'm just happy to be here alongside the greats of the world. I just know that the little things is what they need people like me to do. I don't got no big name. I didn't play in the NBA, but I can do the little things to win games, like those long rebounds, those 50-50 balls, those defensive stops, and that's what I'm here to do. So I'm here to just help win games.
Connor Phillips with the Shadow League. I asked the triple assists after their game.
I asked triple assists after their game for Coach and Stacks. Just curious, any of your thoughts on the past week with free agency in the league and how crazy these tweets and breaking news have been the last couple of days with all the.
Well, me personally, I'm just glad I didn't have to work ESPN or Fox this week, because all these people that's on TV acting like they know what was going on and what the players was going to do. I've never been that guy, so I'm glad I didn't have to be on TV and try to create a story. But for the most part, it's good. I mean, it's a lot of guys, that's going to different teams. The league is shaking up a lot, and it's a lot of guys that's getting paid, that shouldn't be getting paid. But at the end of the day, I'm happy for all the players. The players are doing it and having it their way. That's the best part about the game right now.
Well, up to me, I went to the playoffs in Golden State and Toronto, and what Kawhi Leonard bring to the NBA, and not, people never expect for him to be that type of guy. Can come to a team in 1 year and put him on his back. There were two guys I didn't see done that, him and LeBron. And I didn't want him to go to a dominant team. I wanted him to go somewhere that he can play against guys every night, like at the day with LeBron, him and Paul George. And it's better when you got two top level guys, and that's what brings the talent out, and then see who can really carry a team. So I think the West is going to be stacked. It's stacked. Golden State might have finished 6 or 7, if that. So that's how stacked the West is going to be. And the East is going to be a 3-team race. I think Philly, Milwaukee, probably Boston, and that's it. I mean, you can get some people like, oh, it's 4 or 5 teams. No, it's not. The league ain't got the 10 period. So 3 in the East, 7 in the West.
Brandon Harper, 680 defense. Sorry, Coach.
No, go ahead.
Stephen, you just talked about the free agent moves. How surprised were you to see that the Clippers pulled the trigger in getting Paul George, pulling him away from Oklahoma City?
I was surprised. I mean, at this point, anything could happen in the NBA. And I've been saying that when Shaq got traded. So if Shaq can get traded, anything can happen. But that situation, I knew it wasn't happening, and I knew right after that Russ was going to come out and say he was ready to go, because that's not a winning situation in OKC. And like I said, I'm not surprised. I knew Clippers was going to need another star to land Kawhi. I didn't know Kawhi was going there, but I knew they needed another star to get Kawhi there, and they were able to do that.
Speaking of winning situations, these guys are 3-0. So any other questions about their gameplay tonight? Big Donte on the end here.
Stack J Sutton, WVFS. You were always a great perimeter defender throughout your career. Tonight you had to match up a lot with Reggie Evans. Can you speak to that matchup and any strategies that you had to slow him down?
There wasn't no strategy. I just prayed a lot for the game that I'll make it through. And after the game now, I'm going to go in there and sit and try to ice because Reggie's a load. I see why they don't want him in the NBA right now. The game's so soft, he'll punk a lot of those guys in the NBA. I love playing against him, though. He's one of my favorite players in this league. A lot of people won't say this, but Reggie can be up for MVP in this league every year because he dominates on all the stats. He might not be the flashy guy, but he does the little things. And he does it every game, all game. I'm a big fan of Reggie Evans, and it's just a joy playing against him.
Frank, you played a very aggressive game, and you took a lot of bumps and bruises out there. How you feeling going through the rest of the season, playing like that?
I'm gonna have to adjust. I'm used to it though. I grew up in Watts. I played in the Jordan Down projects, and when everybody, a roughhouser and you the athlete, you don't get nothing easy. So I'm used to getting beat up. So I'm gonna adjust and I'm gonna start picking my spots a little better. But I'm still getting used to it all.
Kaylin with Chicks into Sports. Kind of speaking of, this game was really intense. It seems like tensions ran high at a couple points. Can you speak a little bit to the physicality of this game?
That's a great question. It felt like I just got out of the ring with Floyd Mayweather. Especially with me, I drive a lot and I take a lot of contact. So I'm like I said, I'm used to it. But then again, like getting hit this much, man, I'm not used to guys recovering so quick. And like I said, just got to make adjustments. But as long as Stack Jack and Donte keep making these shots, man, it's going to be easy for me because once they overhelp, I'm kicking every time. I take six assists coming off the bench. I love it.
Raphael Haynes from the three-point conversion. Donte, you, I guess people say you're the quiet person on the team, but the game spoke loud today. Going up against Reggie Evans, did you come in with a mindset to dominate?
Not necessarily to dominate, but just to, I don't think it's even possible to keep him off the glass. So just try to get him tired. I go out there and fight with him, wrestle him. If he tries, make layups, get some strips or block shots. But there's no real game plan going against him. We just got to play hard and try to keep him off the glass.
Edwin Powell's Game Time Radio, right here in the front. I'm curious as to who do you guys think, you guys have played in the league, and Frank, he has a promising future. I'm curious as to who you guys believe his game kind of emulates in the pros.
He reminds me of Westbrook a lot. The motor, the athleticism, to be able to get by anybody at any time. Can't nobody stay in front of him. There's a lot of similarities with Russ. Just that energy and be able to do everything out there on the court.
Russ, and I would say as far as like getting out there and handle that ball, you got like Skip in my living room, Ray Austin, bring that playground aspect to the league or to the game, to the big three, being able to handle it, flashy, and man, just a bucket killer.
Home team Brandon Lee from the Sports Ec coach. You and Steven, tough guys, also tough basketball players, and your teammates, Captain Jack, are tough. What, in your opinion, makes a team and makes guys tough?
First of all, it's got to be your makeup. You don't just get tough because you get on the team. So a lot of guys are tough because they play with certain guys. That guy's tough, but you can see these individuals have their own makeup and just understand IQ for basketball, and it all come together. Do what you do best. That's what I tell them most of the time. Try to do it, feed it to them, stay with your strength, and at the end of the day, you should be the team.
You can look at a guy and tell if he got it in him. You got to be born with it. I come from that Oakley cloth, you know what I mean? And in the draft, that's what I look for in the draft. Dogs, guys that's hungry, guys that got something to prove, guys that really love this game. And that's the guys you see on our team. Guys that if you didn't know them and the way they play, you would think they're Oakley's son. And that's how we want to come off as Oakley's kids out there playing basketball, playing 110% and giving it all we can to win games.
Sheena Quick with Fox Sports. In a game as tight as this one was, different set of rules, it's only half court. How do you game plan for something like that where in an instant. You don't have time to get down the court to get on defense. You have to immediately turn around and defend. How do you guys prepare for those situations?
Well, basically, you know who you're checking, know what he can do. Like today, we let him back into the game. We made it hard on ourselves, reaching, and I think we tried to do some drills, game situations since day one. When we first met in Indiana, we did some drills and stuff other teams don't do. Just try to get their mindset. You know, late in the game, if you foul someone, once they got 16 fouls, they keep getting the ball over and over. That'll kill you. You keep fouling. So all you got to do is make a free throw. If you got a good team, shoot good free throws, you can win from the line. Like they almost came back and beat us because they made some shots, but on that 3-point shot was the key because they missed the shot. We got the ball.
How are you guys feeling health-wise? I know, Steven, you got a little bit of a banged-up knee there. Frank going back and forth playing in the Drew League, and Donte a little bit more physicality maybe in the Big Three. How y'all feeling?
This ain't this. You got one game a week, so you got all week to get your body ready, do your workouts. You know what I mean? Do rehab, cryo, all the stuff you need to play one day.
Right.
I can get my body ready for one day, and that's not a problem.
I think the big thing with our team is we have guys that still like play actively every myself and Frank for sure playing every day. Like I work out in the morning, in the evening we playing fives whole court. So I mean, being in that type of shape, it helps you to come in here, even though it's only half court. It's real physical, but you know what I'm saying, that 5-on-5 gets you ready for something like this.
This feel like full court. It don't feel like at all. It's full court.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brett.